Hi, guys. Welcome back to RT Share T, where respiratory therapists live out loud. With me, your host, Linda Fry, the asthma lady. Okay, guys, I just want to say happy Valentine's Day to all. And I hope you're having an amazing day, whether you have somebody or not. You can do something for yourself or do something with, a friend or a loved one, all that good stuff. Okay. So today I'm going to share um, the story of me going into asthma education, becoming an asthma educator. All right. So, but before we do that, I just want to say, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and subscribe to me on Google Podcasts. Okay. So know that we are growing together and there is a whole lot more content to come. All right. So just wanted to say that before we begin. And so today's episode of RT Share T is we're going to give you 6 reasons to become an asthma educator. All right. So I'm going to give you 6 good reasons why you should consider being an asthma educator. All right. So we're going to put it like that. So basically, I started as a night shift respiratory therapist back in 2008 at a level 1 trauma center. So I was known as a bad luck Linda in the ER because I used to get all the really, really bad traumas. So I don't know why. I just had bad luck. Um, so one night I was covering PEDS ER and I got a 5-year-old boy that went into cardiac arrest 3 times due to status asthmaticus. So by the time he came on to me, he was already intubated and I had to put him on the vent. So this kid was in bad shape. He was in really bad shape. And I remember connecting him on the vent. His grandmother came in along with the mom. The mom is explaining what's going on to the doctor. And while I'm putting the boy on the vent, I connect eye contact. I connect with I locked with the grandma's eyes, and I could see her heart break in half while I'm putting this vent on this boy. And I felt bad. I felt real bad because the story is the grandma was watching him and she was in the kitchen cooking. He was in the living room playing. And she did not realize he was having a full-blown asthma attack and he turned completely blue. By the time she realized what was going on, the pump could not work at the time. Yeah. So by the time he got to me, he was already agonal breathing and all these things. And I just had a good feeling that he was not going to make it. And he didn't, right? Before I left the room that day, I put my hand on her shoulder because I did not know what to tell her when I was leaving. And I knew he was not going to make it. And I just didn't know what to say. So that night, after the shift, I cried after that shift. And my husband was like, well, Linda, why are you crying? You've seen so much already and you've seen kids die before. Why is this case so special? And I said, well, it's not for the boy, it's for the grandmother. So the grandma now has to live with the fact that her grandson died in her care. And I love my grandma and I can only imagine how it would be for her to live like that. You understand? So once that happened to me, I made the decision that I never wanted that to happen to another family. and I was like, you know what? I want to understand the frequent flyers. I want to understand why these things happen. I got certified as an asthma educator, and I was like, I'm going to school. I want to understand community health and public health and all these things, right? So that like shifted my whole entire career, okay, as a respiratory therapist. So today I'm going to share with you how many reasons I said? 6 reasons why you should become an asthma educator. Consider it. All right. Okay. Number 1, it's in demand. Asthma is not going anywhere. Sadly to say, we have the air quality is not better. We have wildfires on the west. We have poor housing conditions on the east. Public housing is terrible. We have, all this climate changes and whatnot. Asthma's not going anywhere. This is not. We're still congested, all these things. So hence there are lots of grants that kind of come in and come out, but the grants, the Department of Health, ambulatory care looks for a asthma educator. Specifically, to get reimbursed by Medicaid, you need to be a certified asthma educator. For anybody just looking to put some extra letters behind their name, yes, they do require this. So that if you want to get in this role, you have to become certified. All right. Boom. So yes. So I have made. I'm trying to think of what I have made as a specifically doing asthma education, just like on the side. I've made anything from $25 an hour over the phone as a coach, mentor, from home, talking to patients and just helping them gain asthma control that way, and working for companies that work with insurances. So that's how that works. And then I've made $75 an hour doing spirometry in the community as a respiratory therapist and an asthma educator. So doing spirometry portable, using a portable spirometer in the community and ambulatory care setting, right? So that's one. So it's extra money. I don't want to say it's easy, but if you're good at talking to folks and you're a people person, yes, it is actually easy money. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. Hospitals, right? So number 2, hospitals or your wherever facility you work at, they may give you a little extra for being for getting the certification and being credentialed as a certified asthma educator. So yeah, so some institutions, depending on if your union, collective bargaining, sometimes just like getting the NPS, or anything specialized, they give you a few extra dollars in your salary. So it could be an extra $500, it could be an extra 1,000, anything like that, but it doesn't hurt, right? So number 3, you get to save lives like this as well. You know what I'm saying? So it was a transition going from acute care to preventative care, preventative health, and working with chronic diseases. But know that you are still saving lives. So I don't feel like I'm not doing something serious or anything like that. I feel like I'm just like what I was doing in the ER, intubating and whatnot. I feel like I'm also saving lives like this, right? It's just different. You're dealing with you're saving lives through education. You're giving patients knowledge, and you're giving them resources and the tools they need to deal with their own chronic disease, right? So yes, you are saving lives, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise, okay? Let me see. What number was that? Number 3. Okay, number 4. You get to work with the community. And I like that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like in acute care you're working with one patient at a time. So it's kind of, individual. But when you become an asthma educator, you possibly can be in the community. You're helping the community get better. So you're helping more than one person. And it takes a village to raise, think about a child with asthma. It really takes a village to take care of that child. So you're dealing with the child's family and whoever's a part of their child care. So, think about things like that. So you're working with the family. Number 5, you get to be creative. You really get to be, it doesn't, asthma education doesn't have to be boring. Like you can come up with your own, you can think outside of the box. Asthma education is a lot of information. So whatever you can do, as you guys know, the attention span is getting worse. It's just like, so you get to create your own just your own flow of how to make the information stick, right? Which is hard. It's not easy, but it is fun. So I will tell you that over the years I've gotten to do a lot. And let me see. And number 6, this is my favorite. You get to be a life coach. And you're helping patients increase their quality of life, pretty much. So this job is very fulfilling because you really do see progressive change. So it's a little different compared to your COPDers or any other lung chronic disease, because asthma specifically is reversible. And you can see that through pulmonary function tests and whatnot. It's reversible. So to COPD is just different, because asthma, if you really can coach the person, you can tell them to show them how to decrease the triggers in their home. You can go over how to take the meds. You can really just improve their quality of life. And because asthma control is not about being perfect, but it's about progress. So you literally can have asthma. So I have asthma. So you can have asthma and live a normal life. You just have to be controlled, right? So COPDers, kind of, you may not need oxygen. You have a few treatments. There's a lot going on, but with asthma, once you have the total history and you working as a team with the patient, it is fulfilling. If you really do like this, and me personally, I love to see people become the best versions of themselves. And if I started with you at a baseline and I got you from A to 8.1 to 8.2 to 8.3 and then to B, we doing it. All right, so that's the rewarding part of being an asthma educator. So I hope from the way I speak, you guys can see how passionate I am about what I do. I really like what I do. And there are times I don't always like where I do it, but I do like what I do. I enjoy actually what I do. So I hope you hear this podcast and you're like, okay, you know what? I think I want to become an asthma educator. All right. So it doesn't help. It doesn't hurt to put the extra letters, the AEC behind your name. Okay, so and I'm an example of that. I've been I've met a lot of people through this career choice. All right, guys. So thank you so much for listening today. I hope I helped someone find a new career path. And I just want to say every Wednesday we here at 6 p.m. with the Asthma Lady. All right. So now you know why they call me the Asthma Lady. Okay. So thank you again for listening. And I just want to say that to only invest in yourself and to only compete with yesterday's version of you. All right, guys. Have a nice day. Bye.